What up, everybody? You're now tuned into Candid Conversations. I'm your host, Brandon Lampley, back today with another live stream. I got my buddy Sean Taylor once again with me in the building.
Hey, hey B, real quick,
Yeah.
your thing sounding like I don't know what's
Oh
going
my.
on, man. Yeah, it's like dragging. I'm like, what's going on? Mine was doing that one time on one of my shows, man. It was just like
All right. What I'm
I don't
trying
know.
to.
Maybe it's my end. Maybe I need to go out and come back in. Let me try my end. You
Okay.
do your
I
thing.
just I just did. I did all
I'm
my
gonna go out
technical
and come
stuff.
back in, dog.
Yeah. Let's get this
All
right.
right. All right. All right, let's try that.
Okay. Can you hear me?
No, still doing it. Still doing
Still doing it? Oh man.
it.
Hey, if
I can't even
whoever's watching,
understand that you sounded, man. It sounded like you straight
whoever's watching,
underwater,
let me
bro.
know if you can hear me in the chat.
All right,
Hold
let
on.
me
I'm gonna
see
look
what's
and see
going
on
on.
Facebook
Let
if
me
it's
go
me,
back
if
out.
it's you.
Let me cut this out.
Hold on.
Restart this
Let's go
thing.
here.
Restart and come back in.
I did all my
Go out
technical
and come
stuff.
back in,
Let's
man.
go ahead. Oh yeah, I sound fine on Facebook, so it's Sean. It's Sean. Yeah. And Facebook said they can hear me, so it's Sean. So he going out, he coming back in. But what is going on today, people? Today's lovely day. But hold on just a second. Damn. All right. Now what does that look like? Okay, there we go. Now I like the way that looks. All right, so as Sean figure out his technical difficulties and what he has going on, you guys see the topic for today. It is rejection is protection. Start. Let's see, so that's what we're going to talk about today. But first, man, I wanted to kind of want to wait till he get back, but talk about what was gonna start out the show with. It's a young lady by the name of Chesley Christ, former beauty pageant, and I think she was on some TV show. She may have been like an anchor or analyst on some show. 30 years old. She jumped from her apartment, I think nine stories up in her New York flat, down to the ground, and is gone. And they're investigating it, trying to figure out, was there any foul play? Did she do it on her own or whatever? But dude, I like it, and it just goes to show people who look like they have everything together on the outside, you don't know what they're going through. I mean, this woman, she was a beautiful woman, looked like she had that even her family friends said she had a life that most women would envy, and she was not happy, and she's gone now. Let's see. Man, where did Sean go? I'm still waiting for him. But yeah, man, that young lady, matter of fact, you said she was an attorney. Yeah, she was an attorney. I did read that she was an attorney. I read that she represented inmates for free. As a matter of fact, they showed her in the pageant, and they showed that she was an attorney and she represents inmates for free, and like take, I guess, on really hard cases and trying to help people who feel like they had injustice against them. And that's what she did, man. And the story is sad. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up this article about it, but hold on just a second. Let's see if I there we go. Oh, there you go. He's back.
Yeah.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. It was you because everybody on
Yeah,
Facebook said they could hear me.
yeah, I got you. I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I just restarted my phone, man, and you know how the my phones are. Many computers.
Oh, no problem. No
Yeah.
problem. But while you was gone, before we got into the topic, did you hear about Chesley Christ,
Who?
former Miss USA and correspondent for Extra? She jumped from her apartment 9 stories up. Beautiful woman.
What? No,
Yeah, man.
I didn't hear about that, man.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah, yeah.
I did not hear
She was
about
an attorney. She was an attorney too, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up one of the stories. We'll go through it a little bit before we get into this.
Man,
Um,
that's definitely unfortunate.
I see, Jay. I see. I think we need to really start looking at people and saying what is causing our young people to have such mental illness. Is it lack of coping skills, a lack of just trust in God, or is it something else going on? The communication is not very well done. No, it's not. And especially we want to talk about the Black community and mental illness. I mean, that's something that's never brushed. That's a topic that's kind of thrown under the rug because people don't want to be labeled as crazy or whatever. But one thing I can say about our fair skinned folk, that they go get the help that they need. They don't just self-medicate, because if you don't get the help you need, you end up self-medicating. And that's turned into drugs, it's turned to alcohol. Some people throw themselves into work, some people eat. I mean, whatever it is, that depression, that anxiety, whatever you're going through, if you're not dealing with it, you're going to deal with it in one way or another.
Yeah. You know, I man, that whole depression thing, for years, man, I thought depression was a figment of imagination, like Santa Claus, so to speak.
Right.
Oh man, I hope I ain't busting nobody bubble. I know little kids out here watching this, but but it's so man. That's a really good topic, man, that you're touching on, because in the black community, man, I mean, we weren't taught to deal with things. I mean, so the trauma of
Yeah.
a kid growing into not ideal circumstances, man. You have no. I mean, for me, I mean, I would probably think that we were all depressed growing up in the projects. Just we just
Yeah.
dealt with it by just thugging through and just pretty much going through it, man. So for me, when I first started seeing a therapist, and back in 2019, my mom passed. It's been very therapeutic for me, and just um, making me understand, issues that I've had and things that I've actually
Yeah.
suppressed. I personally feel, and I've said this before, I think every person should go through the experience of actually seeing a therapist, because, man, when you're close to people, sometimes people you're close to, it could be your husband, it could be your wife, it could be your fiance, it could be your girlfriend, your boyfriend, man. When they tell you something, or when they give
Yeah.
you any type of feedback that's even positive reinforcement, you take that personal based off the relationship you have with them. So you kind of need someone who is neutral, who don't have a dog in the fight, that's basically going to call you out on the nonsense that you suppress, or you choose to not even actually acknowledge, for that matter, man. But you know, before I started to see my therapist, man, the first thing that came to my mind, man, people gonna think I'm crazy. And then as I started to see her, she's the one that told me, it's like, Sean, in order for you to actually get your freedom back of the things that you've actually lost in life throughout the duration of life, you have to get to the point of not caring what people think.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you live your life based off what people are gonna say or what people are gonna think, all you're doing, you're going to cause even further damage. And a lot of people, man, me going through therapy has allowed me to see the things that I suppressed and I channeled in negative ways. I could see that in other people. Like some people, they'll just be mad constantly. I mean, it is not normal for somebody to wake up every day and be mad for no reason, or to make mountains out of molehills off of minuscule type things, man. That's not
Yeah.
normal. It is
Yeah.
not normal to be mad every single day, to have a mood swing every single day. You need to get some help professionally, man, because there's some things within you internally that you're not dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Yep.
feel as if you can work it out and work it out and work it out. I'm like, look, man, you ain't got no PhD in medicine, psychology, or anything of that nature, man. You need to deal with those things. People got even childhood issues. I have, that you just suppressed, and you just
Mm-hmm.
going by your life, man. Because when a person just doesn't snap out of. I'm gonna wake up today, and I'm just gonna
Yeah.
snap.
Yeah.
No, that's over a course of time, things you have not dealt with, and you have not come to grips with being honest with yourself, like saying, listen, man, I got some internal issues I need to work on, man. I'm lashing out at the wrong people, and all you're doing, you're pushing people away. You're not, people aren't going to gravitate towards you. And then
Yeah,
how do you think your life gonna get better when you're not actually getting this, seeking to get the help that you actually need? I don't
yeah,
understand that, as a Afro American individual. It's like that a lot in our community, man. And
yeah.
once you start going through therapy, you start seeing things that you suppressed in other people.
Yeah,
So,
true,
yeah, man.
true. Let's get this conversation. I agree. We all need to talk to somebody that's neutral, that does not have skin in the game. Also, I think that depression comes on us when we were traumatized, whether we lost something or we did something, or we just are trying to work through life.
Right,
Technology, I believe, has hurt us a lot. I'm a little older than you gentlemen. I think growing up as a baby boomer, a parents had real talks with us. Yeah, I mean, I think you have to be transparent with your children today. I mean, I don't have any children of my own, but as soon as they're able to understand and grasp it, I'm going to teach it. I mean, that's just what it is, because if you don't do it, they're going to get it from somewhere else, hands down,
right, right,
hands down. I mean,
right.
that is what it is. So that's why being a parent, number one, is a full-time job anyway. I mean, if
Yeah,
you don't have the wherewithal, you don't have the resources, you don't have the time, the energy, the money, and the attention to give that child, then you shouldn't have that child. Like, what's the point? People have, it's a lot of people who want to have children, want to do the right thing, but they can't have kids. And then people who use the kids as pawns, or use it to stay attached to someone, or use it to control someone, or anything,
right.
stuff like that. Dude, that's where some of this trauma comes from, right here. That's what some
Right.
of this unresolved trauma comes from. People, it starts very early as a kid. Because like this
Yeah.
young lady here, like they said, she had a life that most women would envy, which means she had all the material things she wanted. She dealt with all whatever men she wanted to deal with. She achieved all the things she wanted to do, whether it was education. She was a beauty queen. She was on Extra. I mean, you name it. This lady, this woman had a lot going for her, and she was only 30 years old. She could have done this for another 20, 30 years, you know.
Mm,
But
yeah.
nothing you do outside of you is going to cure what's going on inside,
Right. Right.
because
And
there's nothing you could do to solve that, because it's going to come from within. So you got to go within and do the work.
yeah, you got to, man. I mean, it's you versus you at the end of the day, man. I mean, if you don't
Yeah,
go in and you know you because you're not really being true to who you are, man. You being a different version of what's going on inside. So in other words, you're pretty much pretending to be something that you're actually not. You can't. I mean, I did that for years, man. Just not
yeah,
being my. If you can't be your true, you can't be. If you can't be the true version of yourself around people, what's the point? So getting that help that you need, man, um,
yeah.
is going to help you long term. And it's not going to be perfect overnight. You got to keep getting the work. You got to
No,
keep getting the help that you need, man. And what you don't want to do is keep ignoring it, man, because your mind. I mean, you may think you're getting better, and again, you're just getting worse. You just causing,
true.
and then like everybody that comes in your life is nothing. They're just collateral damage. You know.
True. True. All right, so we're gonna go over this real quick, get the details of it, and then we're gonna get into our topic for the day. And it says woman who jumped from NYC high rise identified as Miss USA 2019, Chesley Christ. Let's see. The woman who leaped to her death from Midtown, a high-rise Sunday, was former Miss USA Chesley Chris. Law enforcement sources told the Post. Shortly after she jumped, she posted on her Instagram. Shortly before she jumped, she posted on her Instagram, "May this day bring you rest and peace." Yeah, I saw the post. It was a little cryptic, man. The 2019 pageant winner, 30-year-old lawyer, jumped from her luxury 60-story Orion building at 350 W 42nd Street around 7:15 a.m. It was found dead in the street below, sources said. In devastation and great sorrow, we shared the passing of our beloved Chesley, the former beauty queen family said. Her great light was one that inspired others around the world with her beauty and strength. She cared, she loved, she laughed, and she shined. See, Chesley embodied love and served others, whether through her work as an attorney fighting for social justice, as Miss USA, or as a host on Extra. her family said, but most importantly, as a daughter, sister, friend, mentor, and colleague, we know her impact will live on. And just some photos of her, very attractive woman, sister, friend, and mentor, and
Right,
colleague.
right.
We know her. Yeah.
Wow.
Say Chris, who lived on the ninth floor of the building, was alone when she jumped. Was last seen on the 29th floor terrace. Sources say she left behind a note saying she wanted to leave everything to her mother, a former pageant competitor herself, who was crowned Mrs. North Carolina in 2002. So her mom was a beauty queen as well. The note didn't include a motive for Chris' action. Sources said not only beautiful, but she was smart. She was a lawyer. Police said she has life that anyone would be jealous of. All right, so we're gonna leave it there. Y'all go check out the rest of that article, read up on it, man. Just wanted to highlight a little bit of it, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And and the scariest thing about it is, man, that you wonder how people get to that point, because I'm human just like them. So, what steps do I need to take in order to not get to that point? I know one thing I will do is continue to put in the work and not lie to myself about what the things that supposedly make you happy. I will
Right.
say that she probably got caught up in what they call this feminist wave now, man, where they pretty much try to sell women on being able to have it all, Sean. And we talk about that all the time, where
Hmm.
you can't have it all. Something is going to go lacking somewhere. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't have that great career, being a boss chick, a husband in the family, and this great life. Something is going to go lacking. You can't have all those things at once. I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
since they've been told that and they believe that, they hold out hope for it, to the point where I saw a TikTok the other no, a girl on IG saying that she's 36 and she's ready for a husband, so she just need to be patient and sit and wait. Why do they say that? Like, they're go-getters when it comes to education, they're go-getters when it comes to getting jobs, acquiring skills, getting consumer goods. But when it comes to getting you a man, it's like, oh, let me just sit back and not do nothing.
B, that's society, man. I mean, a lot of
Yeah,
people, and I was having a discussion with this on somebody yesterday. I'm like, listen, you know, they were talking to me about how, it's hard on women, and women can compare themselves to society. You got to stop doing that
yeah,
first and foremost. You got to stop
you do.
comparing yourself. When you when people see this shirt, I constantly have conversations with people. Every day somebody says, I want that, I want that, I want that. So I'm starting a line right now with this shirt. Hoodies, hats, whatever, man. People say, I want this. And one dude was like, what does that mean to you? And I was like, what do you mean? He said, what is that statement that you're wearing? What does it mean to you? I said, pretty much, I don't care what society thinks. Society's not going to tell me how I should look. Society's not going to tell me how I should dress. Society's not going to tell me what my body should look like. I'm going to make these conscious decisions on my own. So
Yeah,
pretty much, when I say this, when I'm wearing this, F what people think, people is society.
yeah,
It's not my brother or my family. It's society. It's the thing that is pretty much people are comparing their lives to.
yeah,
I don't care what the hell Kevin Hart's doing, The Rock's doing. That ain't nothing. Good luck to them brothers. That is great, but I'm not comparing myself to what this man looks like, or how many muscles this guy's got, or what this
yeah,
dude's driving, what his car is like, how he
yeah,
dresses. To each his own. Something that I have to praise my mother, my grandmother, my aunt to. They constantly drilled into me that you cannot worry about what people say or think of you. To me, and I told this young lady this yesterday. I said, man, how people's mental state is, man, it starts at home.
yeah,
My mom breathed life into me. She said, "There's nothing you can't do. There's nothing you cannot accomplish. You are a beautiful black man. She was the first woman to call me beautiful. She's the first woman who was my cheerleader. She was the first woman who actually believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. The systematic system that we have starts at home. And if parents aren't breathing
yeah,
things into their children, those children are growing up with as an adults with these certain inadequacies. And they're comparing their lives to blah blah this and blah blah that. My mom was always telling me, you don't have to compare yourself to no man. You, if where you are ain't good enough for no woman, then she ain't the woman for you, son. These are
Yep.
conversations, uncomfortable conversations that I had with my mom. So um, I tell people, I say, listen, don't get intimidated by my strength because of your weakness. I have nothing to do with your weakness. My
Yeah.
strength and my belief system and my confidence, it always is going to come across arrogant to the weak-minded individual. I said, but listen, don't fault me because I had a mother to teach me to breathe in confidence in me that I never did have. How people are growing up and handling life as adults, it always starts at the house. It always
Yeah.
starts at home, man. Because who these kids are growing up to be, it's dependent on the system that they have at home. What are the
Yeah.
parents doing? Are they
Yep.
breathing? Are they breathing good stuff, positive energy into their kids?
Yep.
And society got women or men thinking that this is how it's supposed to be. Listen, man, that's a man's thought. That's a man's myth. You
Yep.
have to actually make life a choice every day. And I talked about that in my healthy tip of the day. Every day is a choice. You can make every day we have to wake up to make a choice to be mad. We got to make a choice to be happy. We have to make a choice to be sad, depressed. Make a choice not to take care of our bodies. Make a choice to eat bad. Make a choice to eat clean. Everything is about choices, which is what my podcast on tomorrow is going to be about. It's just going to be titled choices. I'm going to dive deep into it. I mean, really
Yeah.
dive deep into the choices that I make. So if you wear this shirt and it's got tailor made on the training on the back of it, you are wearing this shirt to pretty much give the middle finger to society. Because if you do not take control of your life and you keep being a follower of society, society is going to lead you to a dangerous rabbit hole, a foxhole of dramatic proportions. So you
Yeah.
got to get society out of your head, or you're never going to have a life of fulfillment, of happiness of your own, because you are constantly falling behind a world that's detached from reality, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know,
True that. True that. So let me get these comments, and then we gonna you kind of segued into the topic. So hey, if she don't like what you bring to the table, she don't like what you about. Hey, she's not the woman for you,
right?
and we're gonna tell you why that is a good thing that she's not the woman for you. So see, that's the part that disturbs me. They never tell you why they did it. I just leave you here wondering. A friend of mine just went through that with his daughter. He's still trying to figure out. Sometimes I understand depression. I just don't get suicide, but I think sometimes it's just so selfish. I understand why I stress to people, please go get it. Go get help. And African American communities, you really need to talk to each other. Stop being so superficial. Let everyone know it's okay. Yeah.
Right. That part.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
comparison is the thief of joy. Your only competition is you versus you. Yeah, Lisa Reed. That's it.
Hmm.
That is it. That is it. So today we're talking about rejection is protection.
Hmm.
And growing up, of course, rejection is one of those things where just it doesn't feel good. There's nothing about it feels good, and once you first experience it, it's very hurtful. Probably some of the most emotional pain you'll go through in your entire life. I mean, it just is what it is. And rejection comes in many forms, but the one we're going to focus on today is rejection between men and women, and being rejected on the dating market, marriage market, whatever. And for men, you have to understand, especially my young guys. Older men already kind of get this and they know. But when she rejects you, you need to thank her. Send her a thank you card.
Hmm.
That's what you do. Say thank you. Now, you ain't got to do it now because she rejects you today. But just wait. Give it some years. Give it some time. And in that time, you put in the work. Because you being rejected up front, she's basically shielding you from whatever BS she got going on. And trust and believe, if she's a modern woman, she got some stuff going on. We all do. We're people. We all got some stuff going on. Problem is, though, is that you as a man, you have to take these things on. They always think about it as a man. When the relationship ends, who gets blamed? Usually the man.
Hmm.
It's usually the man gets blamed. Like right now, Devin Franklin just divorced, filed divorce of Megan Good. So it's obvious that he was no longer happy in a relationship. He didn't see anything, but the first thing they started talking about was Devin Franklin, and how, oh, he suppressed her, oh, she wasn't living her best life, ain't nobody want to go to church 4-5 days a week. And you just sitting there, you like, dude, the man was a holy man. You
Right.
vilifying the holy man? Is that what we're doing? So don't worry about rejection. Women rejecting you, telling you you ain't this, you ain't got this enough, you ain't got that enough. Because a lot of times now you can easily get rejected from the door. They don't even have to say it to your face anymore. They said it so much in public spaces, so you got to know what the deal is today. Don't worry
Right.
about that. All you
Right.
do is build up yourself and focus on you, because
That's
your
it.
time is coming. Your time is coming. It's on the back end. Women win up front, men win on the back end. That's how it goes. Because as a man, I have to build my value. I'm born with zero value. Unless I could dunk a basketball or rap a few bars about Pookie killing Ray Ray, I got to put in some work. So what you think
Mm.
about that, Sean?
Man, my mom, man, I'm always talking about my mom, man. I can't help it, man. She used to tell me
Yeah,
that man's rejection is God's protection, man. So
yeah,
I always look at rejection as a good thing, never a negative thing. I look at it as dodging a bullet. When things don't work out, I
mm-hmm.
dodge the bullet. That means if something don't work out, I may miss the person, or I may, you know, wish probably in that moment that we were still together. We could have worked it out. I wish I could have said something different, or done something differently. But at the end of the day, if I'm being rejected in any capacity with a female,
Yeah,
I always look at that as me dodging a bullet.
yeah,
Because if you have proper communication with the big man upstairs on a daily basis, I already tell him about the type that I want to grow. I tell him about the type that I want to grow old with, to who appreciates my mindset, who
yeah,
appreciates me being a self sufficient man who worked his way from nothing to actually become an entrepreneur, who worked his way through the cesspool of the projects, and having no money in his pocket, and having nobody believe in him. You work through all the my failures, and all those things. So when you look at, when for me, I remember I haven't been rejected a lot in my life, and I'm not saying that to boast or brag, but I have been rejected. And B, you touched on it. It is not a good feeling when you are rejected. And for me, once I did get rejected with a woman, I people was like, man, and going forward, like especially in my 20s, when I first got my first rejection, I'm like, I was thinking one thing, and then it was
mm-hmm.
the total opposite of what I thought.
Yeah,
Just because that person was being nice, or they was giving me certain looks, or some people say, oh, people sending mixed signals. No, the only thing that hurt my feelings was my expectations. My
yeah,
expectations and what I thought that was. That's the only thing hurt my feelings. The lady didn't hurt my feelings. My expectations hurt my feelings. So
right.
what I learned from the few times, I would say maybe 1 to 3 times in my life I've been rejected, like slammed down cold. But how I bounced back from that is like, I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm rejected. What I'm going to do is not assume, and what I'm going to learn to do is manage my expectations, so it don't
Yeah,
turn into paranoia and mistrust of myself and my thought process. So now I never assume. I mean, your mama, other women have told me, oh, that person that you use, that person like them. Listen, unless they come to me and tell me in my face, I'm not going to assume a friendly
yes,
manner, a friendly
yes,
gesture, a
yes,
look. I'm not doing anything.
yes,
That's what rejection has actually taught me. That means
yeah,
they pretty much going to have to be like, you know what, in my face, dude. I know you see me. They're
mm-hmm.
gonna
Oh
literally
yeah,
have to come, and I'm like, the reason I just didn't want to assume. I don't want to never
I'm,
assume this
mm,
person is feeling me, because I'm like, man, I don't want to. I'm not going to be rejected looking like a fool again. So I really don't. I'm not the, hey baby, what's your name, number, your sign, like Biggie used to say in the song. I'm like, I'm not that cat. I'm not that
no,
cold. that, like making cold calls. I'm just walking up to women cold. Hey, what's up? I'm just
No.
never. I'm not that dude. I'm not
Right.
that guy. If 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 it doesn't happen in a mutual type of climate, if you're waiting on me to say something, you're gonna be waiting till the
You're gonna be
cows
waiting.
goes on. Like, cause I'm not finna be that dude that get rejected. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I don't want to assume that you feeling me. It's like she gonna have to send me some type of verbal signal, verbally,
Hmm.
to let me know, look, Sean, I'm feeling you, dog. What I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just not going to just
Right.
automatically assume. And how people are always rejected is because they don't learn how to, you learn how to manage your expectations, man. And your thought process of things. Don't, when you assume, that thing could
Hmm.
go left real quickly.
Hey, and be self-aware and know what your level is. I
Right.
mean, come on, dog. I know I'm not on the level of Rihanna's and Beyonce, so I'm not even gonna. Why? Only way I would do that is just this is just an astronomical shot. This is that picture of Kobe where they say Kobe is shooting from anywhere. They had a picture of Kobe on the moon shooting towards the earth. That's one of those shots. You just do that just
Hmm.
to do it, not thinking that okay, I'm gonna hit on this. That's
Right.
not how we do it. And
Mm-mm.
rejection is something that nobody likes, as we're finding out, because they always talk about how men can't handle rejection, Sean. Cool. Women cannot handle rejection. It's so bad now to the point where, okay, women didn't like the way Tinder was set up, where dudes could just they match and then dudes could mess with them. And they start getting unsolicited messages and whatever and pictures and stuff they didn't want. So Bumble was like, okay, we'll take the control and we put it in the women's hands, and we'll let women choose who they want to talk to, right? So on Bumble, women got to talk to you first for you to even have a shot, right?
Right.
So women have on Bumble now. They're guess what they complain about, Sean? They get ghosted or they get no messages back. I say, oh, well, look how the tables have turned. Because the dudes who they're messaging and trying to get their attention, Sean, they're not trying to get stable Steven. No. They don't want stable Steven. They want Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray Jamal. All
Right.
that's what they want. They want the quarterback. They want the rapper. That's who they want. That
Right.
dude got
Right.
1,000 girls in his DMs. Oh, and he hasn't seen you because you look just like the next woman. Oh, what do you know? You know, let me get some of these comments, man. If I go in some more, man, let me
Right.
see. I see that's not always true. I was the breadwinner, and I got played because I no longer could take the selfishness. Sometimes as women, we do have to take a look, but rejection goes both ways. Yeah, as a woman, you do have to take a look and understand. Yeah. See, what you perceive as a loss is actually a gain. God replaces it with someone greater. Oh yeah, you lose one, pick up another one. I agree. That's God protection for you. You are truly blessed to think this way. You're far and few. You're few and far. I appreciate that. And
Right.
say, hey, they shooting for the stars. Yeah, and that's one of the things today because they always talk about people having standards and preferences, and they just shooting for the stars. They want the top of the top. Everybody wants the top of the top, but everybody ain't the top and the top. You got people at the top, you got people in the middle, you got people at the bottom. Most people are average people right in the middle. Problem is average women don't want the average guy. It is what it is. There's no biggie. Make no bones about it. No problem about it. It is what it is. But all you can do, I'm telling you, what you do as a man, because for y'all, for the game guys, the guys who be like Sean say, rolling up on women, spitting cold game to them, and all of that stuff, dude,
Right.
you're in the losing battle today. You got to
Right.
you got to cut that out today, man, because we're in the time now. We talked about this before. We're at a time why now men approaching women. I mean, that is dead. It's dying and it's almost dead now to the point
Hmm.
where I mean, guys are not going to roll up. I'm not going to be at Publix picking up some fresh salmon for me to cook up with some vegetables and see a woman at the counter and be like, oh man, I'm going to talk to this woman. No, I don't know this woman. I don't know where
Right.
her mental stability is.
Right.
I don't know where she is emotionally right now. I don't know
Hmm.
any of those things. I could be looking at a ticking time bomb and not know.
Right. Right, man. So it's best to, you can, smartly and strategically, like playing chess, put, subliminal fillers out there that I like to call them.
Yeah.
to where you're not putting your whole self out there, putting up, you basically you ain't putting your balls out there. You just put
Yeah.
gets you subliminal fillers to see what's going on, man. Life is a game, man. I hate to say that, but life is a game.
It's a
And
game.
life is a game of chess. It's never checkers, you know. And guys, I don't know why guys don't believe this. Man, if a woman is interested in you, brother, she is going to let you know. Y'all
Yes.
need to quit sleeping on
No
women and
question.
acting like that women that's not going to let you know. A woman is going to let you know
Mm-hmm.
beyond a shadow of doubt if she's interested in you. And a woman will also let you know without a shadow of a doubt that she ain't interested in you.
Yes.
Now, have I seen dudes who totally ignore the fact that this chick be like, look, dude, I ain't looking for nothing. I don't want nothing. Dudes do this all the time as if they can change her woman's mind. And even on the flip side, women do
Mm-hmm.
that too, as if they can change a man's mind. See,
That's why I put this comment up, Sean. She said you should be able to reject them once, but no, these dudes keep coming back. That's Lisa Reed. And you just
exactly.
exactly, yeah,
Exactly. So I mean it goes pretty much both ways. But
yeah.
but some people, just like Lisa just said, they will be in these women DMs and these women's
Thirsty males.
inboxes. And
God,
man, I mean just so
simps.
just extra thirsty. And these women have giving them their ass to kiss so much, and they still ignore the fact that this woman isn't interested. Like you can make her interested. Guys, let me tell you something about females, man. You know what? Females, yeah, they like to be pursued, yeah, by who they want to be pursued by.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. There's one dude that's pursuing her, she loves it, and then another dude that's pursuing her, she looks at that as harassment. So you just got to understand. Now you
Mm-hmm.
can't get mad at women. Like when I was a bouncer in clubs, man, I bounced in clubs off and on for 10, 12 years. When I was in the clubs, man, and I would see gorgeous women in the clubs, they would either tap me on the shoulder, hey Sean, watch my back tonight. You know how these dudes be in here, man. They act like they ain't never seen nothing before, whatever. And I'm constantly watching, and I would see, I'm like, man, what is wrong with Jacksonville? Is Jacksonville just filled with thirsty dudes? I mean,
Yeah,
grabbing on the women, touching on the women, come in, girl, let me holler at you. And then I'll constantly have to intervene, like, dude, man, you got to come here, dude. Did you come here to be this is how the conversation would go. I would go to him and say, man, did you come here to have a good time, or you come in to be an asshole? Because if you come
yeah,
in to be an asshole, disrespecting these women who don't want nothing to do, listen. If you bother her, if you get a drink thrown in your face, that means she done told you like 5, 10 times, leave me the hell alone, and you
yeah.
grabbing this woman. You're literally putting your hands on this woman. She didn't invite you to her personal space, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Just the same way that she'd invite you to her personal space for you to get your dud, crusty, thirsty ass in her DMs.
Yeah.
Bruh, act like you done been there before, man. When you score a
Please
touchdown, just give it to the referee with some
hand the ball
class
to
like
me.
Barry Sanders used to do. Act like you done been there before, man. You're doing too much with the extra celebrating.
Yep.
And that's how you be doing in the clubs and just bugging these women. You're doing a little bit too much, man. You know what
Gonna
I'm saying?
catch a charge.
Listen. I see you, dude. The whole world can see you scored a touchdown. What's up with all the extra shit? That's the
Yeah,
same way you gotta do. You got to approach life. She
yeah,
see you, but why you gotta do the extra stuff? If she is not reciprocal of what you're trying to deliver, man, you need to be real men are men with class. They're gonna be like, you gonna call the woman you gonna call the woman a bitch because she don't want to holler at you, dude.
right.
Dude, that's what little boys do. Real men don't do that. They ain't not gonna disrespect them, especially men who got daughters. I mean, man, you want somebody to talk to your daughter like that because your daughter reject them?
Yeah,
Listen, man, be up on your real man shit, man. When you're up on your real man shit, there's certain things you don't do that little boy stuff.
right.
And that's
Yeah,
the problem with these dudes. You want to holler at this woman in a disrespectful manner, and you want her to be reciprocate that nonsense?
true.
No, man, that's not how that
Hey,
works.
Lisa Reed say yes, but a woman thinks it's fine to put their hands all over a man uninvited. Woo-wee, that's the other side. Cause hey,
Wow. Right.
we
Right. Right.
I try to
Hmm.
call it out like I see it. We talk about the
Right.
problematics and on both sides, the males
Right.
and the women. We just told you about these problematic males. And for those guys that don't know, anything other than yes is no. Oh, I'll
Right.
see. That means no.
Hmm.
Oh, you want to do something next week? That means no.
Right.
Oh, I forgot. That means no. If it's like pulling teeth, if there's resistance, if she doesn't make it easy, it is a no. Now, women
Right.
all the time don't outright reject you because they want to be nice and they don't want you to fly off the handle because they done seen some dudes fly off the handle when you tell them
Right.
no. So they kind of
Right.
want to tell you what you want to hear to get you up out their face because they don't want you.
Pretty
So
much.
anything other than an emphatic yes, enthusiastic is a no. Take it as a no.
Right.
That's
Right.
just what it is.
But Lisa just touched on something, man, that I
Yeah,
wanted
Lisa
to.
just touched on
Billy,
something.
Lisa tackled it before I was gonna actually tackle it.
Get into it.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, and on my mama, on my kids, man. I've been in Walmart, I've been at a gas station, I've been in the grocery stores, I've been in restaurants. A woman would personally invade my space,
Hmm.
if I got a cut off shirt or whatever, and go and touch my arms, like, man, boy, dude, you solid, you built, man, dude, I mean, those muscles, all those arms, and I'm sitting up there, and the first thing I think every time a woman does that, oh, golly, your tattoos, man, did that hurt you? Do you have to touch me as you talk about the tattoo?
Right.
Do you have to touch me as you grab my bicep? I'm like, man, golly, boy, you built like a brick house. I mean, why now if a dude does that, oh my God, man, 911, I
Oh
want
my
him arrested on
goodness.
the spot,
Hmm.
all different types of
Yeah.
things. But let me tell you something, man. The world, if you can't see it in that aspect, it ain't set up for us, bro. It is
No.
not. A woman could do that and get away with it. And nine times out of 10 or 10 out of 10, the dude ain't gonna say nothing.
No.
He ain't gonna say nothing. He either gonna laugh it off or as flattery, and he's gonna move the heck on.
Oh.
That ain't never going to happen if the tables are turned if a man is doing that to a female.
Oh, Sean,
Never,
we talked
never,
about it
never.
all the time. Dude,
Right,
the workplace. Oh man, y'all women get away with murder in the workplace. Oh my god.
right,
I mean,
right.
they get away with just talking to you too close. You know what I mean? Like they get
Hmm.
away with that. Like I don't know how many times like you sitting at a computer, like I'm sitting now, got my computer here, and they come lean over your shoulders, putting their chest all up on your back. Like
Hmm.
and talking and I'm like, ma'am,
Yeah,
could you come on? What's up? Why are you so close? But if
yeah.
I do that, the only problem I have with it is if I do that, if I see a woman that I like and it's like she's attractive, like I want to roll up on her and massage her shoulders, I can't do that.
Boy, you better not do it. Boy, you better not do it.
Man, you better not do it. You better not do it.
You can't do it, player. You just
No, no, not today. Not today. Not today. Man, but
no, man.
as
No.
far as man, as far as rejection, and we talk about rejection and how treat it as a good thing, and move on with life after you
Hmm.
get rejected. It is
Hmm.
what it is because
It
you have
is.
to understand, depending on where you live, young man, depending on where you live, that you're outnumbered by them. Outnumbered. If you no Atlanta, Sean, I saw Atlanta. They say it's 1 to 7,
Oh, easy.
7 women to one man. I didn't
I
know
lived
that.
I lived in Buckhead, man. It is how can I say it? It is um
So many.
it's riasculous. It's so much scattered stuff now. I like to call it riasculous in Atlanta, man.
Yeah.
I lived in Buckhead, man, and I swear to God, man, it's like your head is on a swivel out there, man. I mean, you got
Yeah.
drop dead gorgeous women, beautiful black women in Atlanta, man. And it's just, but I think the number is so high because the brothers are liking other things besides women in that town, man. So, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't even know. See, when I was living in Buckhead, me and my boy Brandon Floyd, I was like the GM of this
What up,
club
Ronnie?
downtown Atlanta, and he was running the personal training department with his business, man. So it was like, and I was like, man, what's going on? And then I called my brother, man, and I said, man, what is the deal, man? My brother was like, bro, you are in the gay capital of the world. I said, for real? I thought it was San Francisco. He said, no, 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 no.
No.
He said, man, you need to stay up on your current events, my friend. I was like, and then I went to Brandon and I said, bruh, why you ain't tell me why you ain't? He said, bro, I thought you knew. He was just laughing. I was like, man, I wonder what. I said, these women ain't, they. I said, man, this is crazy. I said, this
Yeah.
is insane. And I said, bro, I said, they won't even look my way. He said, bro, they don't even know if you straight, you like them or you like the other side.
Oh,
You know what I'm
oh
saying? So
man.
he said,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
that dynamic
Yeah.
too. And I was like, man, because
That's
I
good.
couldn't speak on this subject right now if I hadn't lived in Atlanta, and I didn't know Atlanta rolled like that. And I was like, but
Yeah.
it let me know on how the demographics were in Atlanta. So
Yeah.
if Atlanta's like that, there are other places in the world that's probably the same, you know.
Yeah. True that. Hey, my man Ronnie Davis say Florida ratio is 100 men, 100 women to 95 men. So they outnumber you here as well. So and that's once I got over the initial one, that initial rejection, that one, because you always have that one where you want so bad that one that really just takes you through the ringer. Once
Right.
you get over that one, I mean, after that, it's like it was nothing to me after that. After that, I'm
Right.
like, well, I didn't get who I really wanted, so you leaving, I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll catch you later. Yeah, I'm a little sad because you were a warm comfort on lonely nights, so so whatever, move on to the next one, and it's kind of been the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, ask as far as young men, talk to an older guy, let's say 45 plus, and ask him about the women he dated in his early 20s, and ask him, can he vividly remember them? And most likely his answer, he's gonna be like, there was Brenda, Letitia, Linda, Felicia, Dawn.
Don Rashawn
yo,
and Keisha.
yo,
I
he's
mean,
not gonna be
yeah,
able to
yeah.
do it.
No, he
He's
ain't gonna
not
be
gonna
able
be
to
able,
do it,
he's
man.
not gonna be
He's
able
not
to
gonna.
do it. So that at that for young men, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're not gonna remember these people. Those ones in high school, girls in high school that dish you, cheerleaders that didn't want you, whatever. The girl you really wanted, she went with some other dude, got pregnant by Pookie Ray Ray, whatever. You're not going to even remember these people. They're not going to be relevant to your life going forward anyway. Especially
Right.
you get on your path and purpose and you build your life. I mean, that dude, you get on your path, your purpose, and you build your life. You do the things that you need to do. Your options open up, and that's where you want to get to as a man. Is you want to get those options up. You want to have those options sky high. That's one thing that money brings. When people think money brings happiness. No, money brings options, baby.
Yeah, it does, man. Money and establishment, man. It definitely
Yeah,
brings where you actually sit with people. I tell you, man, where you actually sit where people can physically see. They know what level that you're pretty much on. But
yeah,
yeah, man, bro, I mean, wow, man, this is so crazy, man, about this whole rejection thing, man. So never look at rejection as a bad thing, man.
never.
Your rejection is protection of you, man. And trust me, when you at the end of the day, when you sit back and you see things later, or you may hear something through the grapevine, you be like, oh man, oh
Yeah,
boy, did I dodge a bullet this time? Did I really dodge a bullet?
yeah. Oh, true that. Yeah, Ron Davis said, build your brand and yourself. Yeah, personal development, man, because you should be so focused on your passion, so focused on building yourself up and the things that pertain to you, and being selfish as a man today. Because as a man today, it seems that the best you're going to get out of this life, the most worth and the most value, the most return on investment you're going to get out of this life is by investing in you, being selfish and investing in yourself, at least
Yeah,
first. Then you can invest in other people after you built yourself up. Like, think about anybody who's successful and they're successful now. They built themselves up to a certain point. Now they can help enrich other people's lives. But you got to get there first. You got to build yourself up first. And that's going to take all of your efforts, all of your time, all of your resources, all of everything, to the point where a woman should never be the focus of your life, because women are not like banks, gentlemen. You don't get out what you put in. No, it doesn't work that way. Now, you have good women that's going to give you a return on investing in her.
right.
But today, the modern woman tells you that she don't cook, she don't clean. You know, she don't do this, she don't do that. She's not trying to cater to a man. Dude, the Twitter was upside down because a young lady was talking to a guy, and right before she went on the first date with the guy, she listened to a conversation and found out he likes cigars, Sean. So she went to her dad, who has an extensive cigar collection, got 2 really nice cigars, got a cutter, wrapped it in some brown paper, put some twine on it, and presented it to him on the first date as a present. Sean, you know how that would touch me? I would be like, baby, he told her, he said, baby, you stand out. A woman has never done this before. I appreciate it so much. You know what the women said? Oh, whatever. Oh, he probably gonna cheat anyway. He did. Dog, they killed her. They made her feel bad for giving a gift to a man on the first date. Why would
Fellas,
you want to invest in these women?
fellas, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna put you up on game, man. Let me tell you something. And this is just for me as a man. A woman
What up, E?
who is that observant. I mean,
Yeah.
she is that observant of what's special to me, what I like, what I don't like.
Yes.
When I'm in a bad mood, she can detect it, and she can actually move. She can actually move differently. Where if I'm instead of coming at me in an angry manner, assuming, she's sitting back on cool, is like, you know what? I ain't heard from him all day. He hasn't texted me all day. I'm gonna give him some time. When he does call me, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna listen, I'm gonna let him vent, because sometimes people don't want you to say, they don't want you to tell them what you could do in the
Mm-hmm.
point of them venting, because something you may say may trigger. This is a conversation that I had.
Yeah.
When a woman who is so observant, you know how that is very impressive for a woman
That's
to
impressive.
who is so observant of what you like. That type of woman is going to impress her man, because she had taken the time out to do her investigation of what he likes, and she's observant
Yeah.
of your habits and how you move. That's a woman who's trying to be mentally in tune with you. See, there's a
Yeah.
lot of women that there's a lot of people who got relationships with people, but they're not mentally in tune with each other. And when a woman takes the time to impress a dude about something that he likes, dude, that right there is going to move any woman. And I mean, excuse me, any man. And bro, I'm telling you, you got that type of woman in your life.
Yeah.
She is a rare breed. And trying to find a woman like that is like trying to search for a needle in a haystack. A woman who is observant about how you move is a woman who is telling you to your face in a way, I want to be mentally in tune with you. And
Yeah.
that's the best woman on the planet right there, because she's always going to be observant of things. And that woman gives a damn about how you feel about things. There's not a lot of women who care about how men feel. There's not a lot of
Yeah.
women who care about how a man day is. There's not a lot of women cares about how a man mental is, how his work day was. She don't care. She's all about herself, but she ain't
Mm-hmm.
all about him.
Yeah.
And then when it starts going sideways, now she crying and whining and talking about this and that. Like, you should have been doing that in the beginning. You ain't worrying about me. But now when that dude is fed up and he wants to move on to the next chick who is showing him everything that his mama told him what a real woman possesses, now she in her feelings. Well, you should have been on top of your game in the first place. I'm observing
Yeah.
everything about you, but you're not observing about nothing about me. That is not how it works. But a lot of dudes are in like I call them, those lifeless ass relationships where it's one
Yeah.
sided. He is doing everything and she is doing nothing, but just reaping the benefits and complaining about what he ain't doing.
True. True
Uh,
that. Let me get a
yeah.
couple of these comments. Brown Sugar says, right. Said that's crazy. Brown sugar, is this the brown sugar in the bag or the brown sugar in the box? Or is this light brown sugar or dark brown sugar?
Boy, you stupid.
Let me know in the DM. Times have definitely changed. Yeah, time
You
has
got
definitely changed.
make sure that you DM Brandon and don't mistakenly DM Sean.
Oh,
That's
oh,
funny right there. Brandon, you
for
crazy,
sure.
man. You so
He,
crazy, man.
he say totally agree. What's up with you, E? He said, as a woman, you have to differentiate yourself from the average. Yeah, Lisa Reed, you do. Because, dude, and it's not hard today, Lisa Reed. It's not hard for a woman to differentiate herself from the rest of modern women today. Dude, that little gesture that took nothing from her. She didn't have to go to a store. She didn't have to use any resources. She didn't have to take up a lot of time. It was something very simple, and it kind of puts her almost like she's right close to the front of the line now. So let's say this was a man with options that she was talking to. And let's say he's got like 4 or 5 girls who he kind of interested in, may want to get serious with somebody. He's kind of looking. She comes in and she gets put right in the pot with those ones right there. And she's looked at glowingly because none of the others did that. Mm-hmm. It's that simple. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. It's not hard to cater to because we're very, very easy to please. We're very simple creatures. And look, and Ronnie Davis said it here. He said, a man enjoys being catered to and showered with attention and gifts also. This is not 2022. This is 2022, not 1922. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Socks and cologne. Come on now. Come on, put a little more thought into that, baby.
Some brother said it was in 1922.
Yeah, that's a brother. That's a brother right there. He said it ain't 1922.
Hey, brother, hey, bro, you are on point, man. I can't read what your name is, but man, you on point.
Oh, Ronnie Davis. It's Ronnie Davis. He's an officer of the law.
Okay, all right, okay. That's funny, man. Yeah, wow, but those some good comments, man.
He said, you must make love mentally and emotionally long before being physical. Men enjoy these things also. Oh, the thrill of the chase, a little mystery. Dude, I was here yesterday and we were watching some football. My brother, mom, sister, and one of my brothers, the mother of his children, one of his kids. And we were talking about how me and my brother talked about cleansing our timeline on social media. So like on my Instagram, I took all the booty models off, dog. I don't follow no more booty models and all of them who shake their butt.
Smart man.
And all that stuff.
Smart man.
Hey, men, if you have not done that, do that.
If you would have told me that, I would have told you, man, stop following them big booty twerkers. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody made a comment on my topic and say, hold on, Sean, you got 700 and something followers and you only following like 15. I said, exactly.
Yeah.
You never, what does my following, my followers should be high and me, who I'm following, should be extremely low. That says something about a person. When I got 790 followers and I'm following 7,000 people, man, something wrong with that picture. And see, it's the little things that people don't notice and realize.
Yeah.
See, if I'm following everybody, what does that tell you? If my number of following, the people that I'm following is higher than my followers, what does that tell you? And see, y'all miss the little things. Little things. That lets you know a lot about that individual on social media and how much they're on social media. So they are followers of society. If I got 1,000 followers, I'm only following 15, that lets you know a whole lot. That brother ain't following all them naked, booty shaking, you know.
Yeah.
He ain't about that life.
I told my mom and them that my brother, he was like, yeah, man, I had to take all that stuff off. I did it a while back. And ever since then, it's probably been like my algorithm is completely changed now. They don't even come up. All I get now is sports, puppy, kittens, babies, and stuff like that. That's it. And probably a do-it-yourself hacks, stuff that you could do at home. That's pretty much what I get now. My mom was like, oh, that's too much of y'all. Y'all don't like all of that. I was like, I know at a certain point, it's all the same woman at a certain point. It's all the same. What is the difference between Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, and Meg Thee Stallion? What, the shades of their skin? That's about it. They pretty much purport themselves as the same woman over and over and over again. How many times can you rap about your vagina and make it snappy? It is what it is. So I stop following those models, man. Stop doing it, fellas. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna get a better outlook. It's gonna be different, man. Get those images out your head, because I'll tell anybody, young boys today has seen more naked flesh than men the entire time we've been on this planet. Men of any era, any age, they seen more naked flesh than all of the men before them combined. and it's not a good thing. It's made us desensitized now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Brown Sugar said, I grew up watching my mama take care of her household. She would always receive gifts from my stepdad, and he would get her gifts. Know your mate. If you don't, someone else will. Yeah. Oh yeah. She said, I have to tell my daughter-in-laws, okay, y'all better get these pots hot before my son leaves. Hey, get them to cook. I was telling the girls yesterday they need to cook. Say real men practice sexual discipline. Yeah, and that's another thing. And the times we're going into now, Sean, we talked about it before, where I mean, marriage is going to be something that's really only done by the elites. It's going to dwindle. You know, it's still around now. People are still getting married, of course, but less and less people are going to get married over time. So
Right.
now that less and less people are going to get married over time, monogamy is pretty much out of the window. It locks out a segment of men from the dating market, especially and mostly young men is who it locks out of the market. Because young men, they have no value unless, of course, they hit the genetic lottery. Of course, they have a talent that they capitalized on, or they got clout, resources, whatever it is that make them stand out. Then yeah, they'll have luck with girls. But as far as the average guy, especially today, no, because nobody wants average. Average is seen as whatever. But just know, all you got to do is build yourself up to a certain point. And we're not talking about you got to make life-changing money or be a superstar. Man, we talking about 50, 60 grand, own car, own place. You have that as a man, hey, and get your physique in a somewhat decent shape. You ain't got to look like Sean. You could do, hey,
Right.
you could be in decent shape, okay?
That's right.
And you gonna pull. You're going to pull, man. You could be awkward as all get out, but you got those things off top. You got things that most dudes don't. So a lot of dudes don't have. You gonna pull off top just like that.
Very easy, and that's why I try to tell guys in the gym, say, listen, man, just be consistent on your thing, man. Take it, you can go from you can do 3 days a week and go from having a man bod to having a above average body. You know,
Yeah,
don't image yourself after me or somebody else or this bodybuilder, man. Just do your own thing, man, because once you're working on your fitness, things are going to change over the course of time, and you constantly stay working on it, man, because over a period of time you will look like you take care of yourself. Your clothes, you will look better in your clothes of that nature, you know. So B, you brought up a very interesting point, man. Work on your fitness, man. Your physical image is a part of your who you are.
yeah. A
So you
walking
don't want
billboard.
to, yeah, man, you don't want to sleep on it because you know the way your body looks is a testament to your lifestyle. So you want to always work on that. Just don't work on the things, and working out, man. You know, we can make it a chore or a choice, but man, it is work at the end of the day, and you got to fit it in. So it's you want to be you pretty much you want to be overall, you want to be well rounded. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, just work on your fitness, man. I mean, it's very important, like everything else.
One of the things that I found that really helped me, even on those days where I'll be like, oh man, I don't even know if I want to go in now. I don't know what got cooked up for me today. Even on those days, I think about accomplishing a goal and what I feel like once I accomplish a goal, no matter what the goal is, and going in there, completing the workout, and realizing that, oh yeah, it's just a workout. I'm done already, and it's time for me to move on, and I've accomplished what I set out to do. That's a great feeling, Sean.
It's an amazing feeling, brother. It's an amazing feeling, you know. But that's what, you know, a lot of people don't, I don't know, man. They just I don't know where people's heads is, man. To be perfectly honest with you, bro. I
Yeah,
really don't know. But you just gotta work on that, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Do it on the regular. Do it on the regular, baby. It's all
yeah.
good.
See, Lisa Reed telling the truth today. See, Lisa Reed, I just hope you know they got the paperwork filed to kick you out the woman club. I'm just letting you know that right now. They got the paperwork filed and they're getting ready to put it in. She said a woman's currency is her physique. It's the bait for the opposite sex. You would think that a woman's degrees and her accomplishment is the bait because that's what they tout. No, no, baby, no. Men are visual. That physique, that's the first thing we're going to see. I've never rolled up on a woman with a nice physique and thought to myself, man, she must be really intelligent. Never. It's never happened. I
Boy,
want to
you
get to know
silly,
her.
man. You silly, man. You silly man. That's crazy, man. But you know, I guess in the grand scheme of things, man, Lisa, I guess Lisa, she's got a point. You
Yeah.
know, I can't,
Hmm.
I can't disagree with her because she's on point with what she's saying.
Yeah.
You know,
It's not an end all be all, but it's a big part of it. Just as a man, even though as a man, dude, it's a billionaire in Africa, Sean. I can't remember this guy's name, but he's probably 4'8", 4'9". He's a little guy. Dark skin, dark as night, bald head, no hair. He's not a very handsome guy, but he is worth billions of dollars. And he's a
hmm,
very hard worker, Sean. And every woman that I've ever seen with this man in a photo that was his woman look better than any woman that I've ever touched in my life, Sean. I'm just saying. It's it for guys it's different. You know, you can build yourself up to that point. You know, it's a little different for us. But for women, yes, that physique. Make sure it's and ain't nobody. And this is the thing about the physique thing too, Sean, is that no, you're not going to be bulky if you go work out. You're not going to be all muscly and look like a woman bodybuilder. So don't think that. And um you don't have to be IG model-esque. Like
right.
no dude wants that look. The Kim Kardashian clone look. Like I saw I forgot what rapper it is. It might have been Gunna and Lil Baby. They were at an event and all the women who were there, they were crowded around them trying to get to them. When I tell you, Sean, it was about 30 women and 20 of them looked like the exact same woman. Exact
Really?
same woman. They look just like the Kardashians with the ridiculous waist waist to hip ratio, the way their skin looked, it kind of like that tannish look that they like to have. Hair all was in a certain way, and they kind of all had that Kardashian light skin exotic chick look. Even if they might have been a little darker, they all kind of had the same kind of look. It looked like the same exact woman to me. And I was like, man, that's where we are today. There's no more individuality, man. You don't have to be that, ladies. You'll get better off. A black woman, especially, get better off rocking a fro and no makeup with me than to look like that.
Hmm. Yeah, that's yeah, that's interesting, man. That's that's very that's very interesting, my brother.
Yeah. Hey, fellas, y'all out here get rejected by clones. How's that feel?
Yeah, pretty much,
Yeah,
man. You
pretty
know,
much. Hmm.
you have to set your own standard, man, of what you want your life to be, man. And you know, you can either be a leader in your own life, or you could be a follower in your own life. And
Yeah,
sometimes, man, we all gotta get put ourselves in a situation and ask ourselves that question: am I a leader in life, or am I a leader in my own life, or am I a follower in my own life?
yeah,
What am I basing my decisions on? Following others in
righty.
my own life, or leading myself in my own life?
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, man.
So Ronnie Davis brings up another good point too, and this is where self-development as a man and we work on all these other things versus not just working on our physique. Because you got the women who got the physique down, but that's all they got. And he said, what happens when that physique goes bankrupt or gets old? What's left? And we know what
Hmm.
Ronnie Davis means by if the physique goes bankrupt. I see them all the time. It's girls I used to love back in the day, thought they were gorgeous, and those physiques have went bankrupt today. And I'm just like, wow, I dodged a bullet because she went from plickety plow to foivoom over a few short years. And I don't think it's gonna snap back into place because she don't seem like she wants it to. She doesn't seem like she's gonna put in the work for it to do so. So I think I dodged the bullet. You see, initial attraction is physique, and education and mindset seals the deal. Mindset definitely seals the deal. Initial attraction is physique. Mindset seals the deal. Education, I mean, it depends on what you're talking about. Like, as far as you having a PhD or being an attorney and all of that, I mean, we don't really care about that, you know. But you being at least educated into a sense where you being an intelligent woman, have a certain mindset. You don't have to have went to college anything like that. Guys don't care about stuff like that. Shoot, Michael
Exactly.
Strahan, Super Bowl winner, married a waitress. He regretted it afterwards because she's still coming after him for child support all these years later after she took like 30 million from him or something like that. But he married a waitress. That's kind of what we do.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, I don't, I kind of look at things a little bit different now
I
that
do too.
I'm an entrepreneur, man. Sometimes, man, things don't fit, and people
Hmm.
don't understand that you have a business to run, and they may not say nothing loud, but they'll bring it up in an
Yeah,
argument, or they're bringing it up here, or they're bringing it up there, and you be like, man, you know what? This business gonna be here. This is how I take care of my kids. This is how I'm able to do things in life and live a good life. So, this business ain't going nowhere.
right.
So at the end of the day, they'll have to go because this business is not going nowhere.
Yeah,
It's just not. And that's why it's kind of good to be with someone that you can kind of match with, and who's not going to give you aggravation because they're not getting what they want as far as your time. They're going to be understanding and know that this person is doing something that's bigger than him. That means that person is living out their purpose. They're living out their dream. And when that person is coming against the grain, against that, you have to kind of
yeah,
weigh out your options and what you want in this life, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is true.
Very
This is true.
important.
Said Craig said that the world is backwards. Yeah, the world backwards. He said people don't know themselves so quick they imitate others. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
all the time, brother.
That's what people doing that now to get on and gain clout and get famous by imitating others, but they don't understand originality is what's going to keep you there. A trend may get you there, but originality is what'll keep you there. See, intellectual and interesting, great conversationalist. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, if I can have a conversation with her and not feel like I'm talking to a child or talking to someone with a closed-minded mindset, then yeah. Because when you talking to somebody, we talk about closed-minded versus open-minded anyway. You talking to somebody like that, no, and that's another thing with guys. You rolling up on women you don't know, you not properly vetting them. I mean, not probably you definitely not properly vetting them because all you see is how they look. That's why you rolled up on them. Do you know that when you walk up on a woman trying to get to know her, getting her number, trying to holler at her or pick her up, you pretty much put yourself in a subservient position because you put yourself in position to qualify to her. That's not the way things go. You're not supposed
Right.
to qualify to her. She needs to qualify to you because you supposed to be on your purpose. She's supposed to be like, where can I fit into this man's life? Not you trying to be like, hey, baby, let me holler at you. No,
Right. Right.
that's not
Exactly.
how it goes.
Not at all,
And
brother.
yeah, and this other thing about rejection. So think about this scenario, Sean. So for those guys who, you have such an issue with rejection. So would you rather a woman tell you, no, I don't want to be with you, or would you rather her fake interest, seem like she really likes you, get in a relationship with you, you get
Hmm.
married, you have children, then 10, 20 years later down the line, she completely switches up, but it's not a switch up, it's always who she was. She just played a role because you were Mr. Good Enough. You're not the man that she wanted, but she didn't have any more options, so she chose you. Is that what you
Hmm.
want? Is that what you
Yeah.
want? That's a sad
Yeah.
existence. It's men living that existence right now, and it's sad.
Yeah.
You do not want that, man.
No, that's not the way you want to go, man. That's
That's
not
that's
the
that's
route.
that's that pain. That's pain right there, Sean.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, you right, man. You right about that, man. Well, B, I'm gonna have to dip in a minute, bro.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to get up out of here. We're gonna do this final thoughts, man. Final thoughts.
My, my final thought, man, is you know what, man? Embrace uh definitely embrace rejection. There's so much you can learn from it, and there's so many different ways that you can benefit from it. But at
Yes.
the end of the day, don't let that, how can I say it? Don't let that pretty much deter you from, your focus. And,
Yes.
you know, just because you've gotten rejected doesn't mean that you're less of a man or less of a woman. Everybody has gotten rejected at some point in their lives.
At some
But
point.
always learn, exactly, but always learn from that rejection to see what is that rejection protecting you from. That's my final thoughts.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Um, just work on yourself, man. Work on yourself. You're gonna have you. It's gonna be much more fulfilling. Your return on the investment in yourself is something that you're gonna be able to see, and it's gonna be tangible. You're gonna be able to put your hands on it. Initially, you'll be able to see it, and then others will take notice and will be able to see it. And one of the things that monogamy brought basically stability to the family unit, and if you figure they found out very quickly that that's the best way to raise children is monogamy. That's how we got to where we are today. Monogamy is how we got here today. That is gone. It's over with. It's over with, dog. I'm telling you, it's over with. Most likely, I'm gonna tell you this, just like most likely, you out here supposed to be self-development, getting your stuff together. Instead, you rolling up on women who was just with some guy probably 10 minutes ago. Got to put that in your mind. Think about it. If she's an attractive woman, she's dealing with somebody. Not even scratch that. If she's a woman, she's dealing with somebody in some way. And it's all
Right.
not always sexually, of course, but she's tied to somebody in some way. I'm just letting you know that right off
Mm.
top. And because she's tied to some dude in some way, you trying to qualify to her, you're going to have to work for something that somebody else is already getting for free. Just
Mm.
saying. Just saying. So
Wow.
keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you out here rolling up on these straggle daggles. I'm just saying. Hey, what you said last time we did that's about the hee-haws, the hula hoos?
For all you hee-haws, heifers, hoes. No. It's let me get it in a proper order. For all the
Mm-hmm.
heifers, hoes, hee-haws, and hula hoos.
Oh, yeah, that's it right there. Yeah.
Hey man, in that chronological order, that's how it goes. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It is what it is,
Yes.
baby. It is what it is.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Remember, man, work on yourself. That's where you're gonna get
Right.
your best return.
Yes,
You're
sir.
gonna accomplish so much more. Happiness comes from within, and part of happiness is accomplishing said goals. So as you build yourself, you're building your happiness as well, man. It's a win-win. You'll never steer yourself wrong by investing in yourself, gentlemen. But make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow Mr. Sean Taylor, Tailor Made for You Training for Imperfect, Non-Judgmental People on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Find him. Gwen's Boy Mindset on YouTube. I will be
Mm-hmm.
back later on this week with my sports show. Last week's sports show was a barn burner, y'all. If you ain't seen last week's sports show, you missed it, man. We
Y'all
chopped it
missing
up
out.
on that one, dog. Y'all
It
missing
was it
out,
was
man.
it was a treat. It was a
Yes,
treat.
man. Y'all, hey, go check that show out. I will be back this week with another show. Me and Sean will be back on his podcast next sometime this week. I'll let you know. I always share it, but I appreciate y'all. But until next time, man, y'all stay safe, man. We are out of here. Peace out.
Peace.